Today, hopefully we have learned something, we have gained something, we have communicated something of a great value with all of you. Remember, we are in the, what do you call it, the process. We are partnering together to make sure we learn together so that we can teach others whatever we learn here. Okay, so it's not a matter of somebody standing and teaching all the time and becoming like the one-man show. This one-man show, we need to kill it. So whatever we've been doing here is what?
Teamwork.
Called self-directed learning, teams, a stepping stone towards knowledge society in cross-cultural communication to present Islam. So that's the methodology that we have been using. It's called self-directed learning teams, stepping stone to knowledge society in a cross-cultural communication to do what? To present Islam so beautifully and eloquently to the world. Per the instruction of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is why we have to make sure we exemplify the word baligh. Because the word baligh is not convey, it's not share, it's not transfer, it is more than that. Baligh is a very powerful word that contains in it the art of communication, the how of communication, the types of communication, the peaks of communication, the situational leadership. Lots of things are embedded in this beautiful word, baligh. Many people are not aware of that. This is why we are using the concept of exhibits, because the concept of exhibits brings you closer to this word. Because you have the words, you have the expressions, you have the statements, you have all these basically, as they say, terms, okay? And you have what in the posters? You have the images, the way these are written, the way they are presented, how also is it presented in these also posters. And the same thing goes for any human being who would like to present the message of Islam, or any Muslim. You know, the words, verbal, the non-verbal communication, the how communication, and of course, all of this comes under the internal communication, because there is always internal communication, self-talk, that goes on inside you that you need to control, train, and master. Because if you cannot train and master your internal communication, you can never master your external communication. And if you control this, your internal communication, your self-talk, and the lots of reflection that goes inside you while you are sitting, while you are communicating with the posters, while you are communicating outside, there's a lot of thinking going on inside the human being. So it's very important to make sure you control this, you work on it, you train it. So what we've done here, when we, remember when we put our two fingers and we close our eyes, this is part of training and mastering your internal communication so that you become better external communicator and you reach to the 3 peaks. What are the 3 peaks? The 3 peaks? We reach to the 3 peaks. Be original, spontaneous. So you become original, be yourself, and you become spontaneous. You can easily recall the words of the statement and you put them together in the split of the second while you are discussing and talking and communicating. And the other one, you are so quick-witted, very clever to, craft your message according to the situation, according to the people who are sitting with you. That's quick-wittedness, So you have this insight, deep insight. Easily you can lead any situation in your talk. This is why you have to make sure you improve your communication all the time. These three very important competencies that we always have to keep in mind that needs to be strengthened, because all these 3 feed into other skills and competencies. What are they? Leadership, communication, learning, self-learning, continuous learning. These 3 should always be with you, because these three competencies will feed into other competencies: teamwork, problem solving, decision making, whatever workshop they talk about. If you are not strong at these 3, you're going to fail. So you have to always continuously learn, and you have to make sure you lead. You have this leadership from within. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. And you should have always what you keep in mind, that leader without communication is not a leader. Sorry, a leader without strong communication is not a leader.